What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben Richardson. I am a personal trainer. I'm also a chemical engineer, and in today's video I'm going to talk about 5 cheap foods, not just any food, cheap foods that are going to help you burn fat and boost testosterone. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because it's going to teach you how to live a healthy life through sustainable nutrition and fitness. I'm going to teach you how to train and how to eat to boost your testosterone and live a healthy life. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe and turn the notification bells on too so that you don't miss out on any of my latest videos. So let's go ahead and dive right into the list. Now, before I actually start listing out the foods, I just want to point out that when I talk about each of these foods, I do mean that you want to get the organic produce of each of these. Now, the reason that you want to go with organic produce is that they do not contain as many toxins as conventionally grown produce. While it is true that organic produce isn't perfect, it's definitely a lot better than conventionally grown food. So with conventionally grown food, they can use herbicides and pesticides and fungicides and insecticides. All of these are synthetic chemicals that are used to preserve produce. And then with organic produce, they don't use as many synthetic chemicals. They still need to use some kind of means to keep bugs and pests away so that the crops and produce don't get ruined, but they don't use as many synthetic chemicals as conventional produce. So anyway, that's a real quick breakdown. I'm not going to get too much into that subject, so let's go ahead and get into the actual list. So food number 1 is organic carrots. Carrots are absolutely awesome and incredible. They're packed with tons of nutrients. They're root vegetables, so they grow in the ground, so they are literally so dense in nutrients that they are the roots of the plant. And the fibers in carrots are very effective at cleansing your digestive system from a lot of endotoxins. And the less endotoxins that your endocrine system has to work to filter out and flush out of your system, the more your endocrine system can use energy to actually synthesize testosterone. So the more toxins in your system that you eliminate, the more your system can actually use energy to produce those healthy hormones. And testosterone is in fact a hormone. So eat plenty of carrots. Don't opt for the baby carrots. You definitely want just raw, organic, regular carrots. Something that I like to do is I like to take a peeler and I like to peel them along the long side and make a little carrot salad. I'll usually put some kind of vinegar in there, maybe a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. And having a little carrot salad like that is an awesome way to cleanse your digestive system. There's a lot of nutrients contained in raw organic carrots, so definitely pick some up because they are super cheap. Food number 2 is the almighty egg. Now, I go for the range-free organic eggs. Probably the best thing that you can do is to connect with your local farmer and try to get farm-fresh eggs. Now, if you want to conduct a little experiment, take a white conventional egg and a brown cage-free organic egg, crack them both open, and look at the color difference between the yolks. The better quality yolk is going to have a warm, dark, orangish color, and the conventionally grown egg is pretty much just going to be yellow. And that warm orange color is an indicator of very high nutrient density, and that's what you want to get. And the whole point of consuming eggs is there are so many nutrients in the egg yolk. Pretty much every single vitamin except for vitamin C is located to some degree in that egg yolk. Now, definitely one of the weirder things that I do in terms of boosting my testosterone and keeping my testosterone levels healthy is I actually swallow raw egg yolks. So I kind of go Rocky Balboa style on this. And the reason I do this is because when you cook egg yolks, you actually do break down a little bit of the nutrients. That's not to say that if you scramble your eggs or hard boil your eggs or something, you're not going to get a lot of nutrients, but you're going to get optimal nutrient delivery if you just consume them raw. So again, this isn't necessary. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to do this if you want to boost your testosterone levels. It's just something that I do. It's perfectly safe. I've been doing it for years. Really, all the nasty things are in the egg whites, so don't go swallowing the egg whites raw or anything. And there's a much lower risk of you getting something like salmonella or something like that if you stick with a high quality farm-raised organic egg. So that's kind of another reason why quality matters when it comes to your eggs. But all in all, eggs are a great source of fat, great source of protein, tons and tons of nutrients in the egg yolk. So get yourself some eggs because they're really not that expensive. Food number 3 is bananas. So bananas are cheap. Bananas are awesome. I pretty much always keep my house stocked with some bananas. They're just so easy. There's no cooking involved or prepping involved or anything. You just peel the peel off and go to town on it. There's lots of super important antioxidants in bananas. There's tons of minerals and tons of fibers in bananas as well. They're an absolute nutrient powerhouse. They're super cheap, super affordable. A lot of people actually debate over at what stage you should eat a banana in for optimal nutrient delivery or absorptivity or whatever. I don't really pay a lot of attention to that because I kind of just eat the banana where I like it. My personal preference is when the banana peel is just getting brown spots on it. That's about the perfect flavor for me. Some people like them when they're green. Some people like them when they're mostly brown. Some people like them anywhere in between. It's just kind of a preference thing. It is true that the nutrient concentration varies a little bit throughout the stage of the banana, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not going to make a night and day difference in terms of boosting your testosterone or anything. The main thing here is bananas are very nutrient dense. They're very cheap, they're very affordable, and you should always keep your house stocked with some bananas. Food number 4 is organic potatoes. Now, there's a lot of different kinds of potatoes. There's sweet potatoes, or yams, or whatever you want to call them. There's baked potatoes, there's red potatoes, gold potatoes, Yukon potatoes. I think there's even purple potatoes out there somewhere. I think I saw those at Trader Joe once. But anyway, now with potatoes are so dense in nutrients that if you let them sit for long enough, they will actually sprout out additional roots because there's just so much nutritional content there for the plant to grow that happens. They're also such a great food for burning fat because they're very low in calories and they're extremely, extremely filling. Try eating a whole pound of potatoes in one sitting one of these days and feel how full you are, and you'll only have consumed maybe 300 or 400 calories. I personally like putting some butter, about a tablespoon of butter on my potatoes. I'll cut the potatoes up, I'll toss them in some butter and some salt, some pepper, a few other spices, and I'll just throw them in the oven, and that's all there is to it. They're super easy, they're super nutritious, very affordable, and I love potatoes because there are so many different ways that you can make them. So you can make some kind of homemade French fries or potato wedges with them. You can just throw them in the oven whole and have them that way. You can cut them up and make roasted potatoes or something. You name it. The world is your oyster when it comes to potatoes. So get your hands on a bag of organic potatoes and make them however you like them. There's so many recipes out there. Tons of nutrients, very affordable, can definitely boost your testosterone. And eating a potato every single day is a great way to get really lean because they're low in calories and they're very filling. And then food number 5 is white basmati or jasmine rice. Now, the reason I'm a much bigger fan of white rice rather than brown rice is that white rice actually does not have the brown rice bran on it. And traditionally, brown rice has been thought of as the better, more nutritious form of rice. And that is because there is some color to it and there are a lot of nutrients in the rice bran. But something that no one really talks about in the rice bran is there's a compound called phytic acid in the rice bran. And phytic acid is really good at inhibiting mineral uptake. So things like salts and magnesium, sodium, potassium, calcium, things like that. Because phytic acid is good at essentially reacting with those minerals, it renders them useless, and that's not a good thing. So that's why I prefer rices like white basmati or white jasmine rice. Rice is also very digestible, and that's very important in terms of your health because you don't want food sitting in your stomach for a really long period of time and your body using a ton of energy to digest all the food because it can use energy to do other things such as boosting your testosterone and synthesizing more testosterone. Your body works as one large system. There are several systems in your body, but they're all part of you. So every single system in your body, your digestive system, your endocrine system, your respiratory system, your central nervous system, your reproductive system, the list goes on. All of these systems work together to optimize your health. So if you think it's weird me sitting here talking about how improving your digestive health is ultimately going to boost your testosterone, all of the systems in your body are related somehow. They are linked by some means. So anyway, that's one of the reasons that I really like rice, because it's very digestible. It's a good starchy carb, so it's relatively filling. I think if you eat rice with some kind of protein and a moderate amount of fat, it is filling. Like just plain white rice isn't particularly filling, but if you combine it with some kind of protein and get a little bit of fat in there in your meal that you eat rice with, it's normally pretty filling. One of my favorite ways to prepare white rice is to cook it in bone broth instead of water. And I really like bone broth because bone broth is pretty much pure protein, and it's a liquid form of protein, so it's much easier to digest than something like muscle meat or something. So that's a pretty good way to ramp up your protein intake at the same time and also get a much better bang for your buck with the rice. And rice is cheap. Rice is cheap, it's very affordable, it's easy to make, and it's definitely an excellent food to boost your testosterone levels. So there you go. Those are 5 great, super affordable, very cheap foods that you can start eating to boost your testosterone naturally. Add all of these to your shopping list and you'll be boosting your testosterone in no time. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And again, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to teach you how to live a healthy life through eating and training so that you can boost your testosterone and experience what life is like when you have healthy, regulated hormones and testosterone levels. So go ahead and subscribe, because I do post at least every week. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate you. I appreciate the support. Let me know what you thought about the video down in the comments below. Maybe you have some more foods that are cheap and are also good for boosting testosterone. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.